So, good afternoon, students. In the last class, we learned the topic applications of heat of combustion. Applications of heat of combustion. Two applications we learned: heat of formation and calorific value of food. Two applications: heat of formation and calorific value of food. Now listen. Now we can see the topic: heat of solution. Heat of solution. Heat of solution. What is mean by heat of solution? Heat of solution means heat changes are observed. Heat changes are observed when a substance is dissolved in a solvent. Heat changes are observed when a substance is dissolved in a solvent. When a substance is dissolved in a solvent. So, heat changes are observed when a substance is dissolved in a solvent. Now, heat of solution means, listen, change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance is dissolved in a particular solvent. See, what is meant by heat of solution? Enthalpy change of a reaction. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a substance is dissolved in a particular solvent. So, what is meant by heat of solution? Enthalpy change. The change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a substance is dissolved in a particular solvent at a given temperature. Temperature is given. Temperature is given. Understand? So, tell the definition. Heat of solution. Heat of solution is defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance is dissolved in a particular solvent at a given temperature. Understand this? Now listen. Now the next topic. This is first definition. Then second one, heat of neutralization. Second one, heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization means that one is change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid. When 1 gram equivalent of an acid. Change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by base. Is completely neutralized by base. So, acid neutralized by base. 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of a base. Understand? So, listen. What is the heat of neutralization? Heat of neutralization means change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of base. Understand? Now we can write one simple example. You consider the example acid, hydrochloric acid. This acid neutralized by base. One of the simple example base, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. This two completely neutralized form, you will get the product H2O. This hydrogen and this OH. H2O and salt NaCl, sodium chloride. Understand? So, in this reaction, change in enthalpy delta H value minus 57.32 kilojoule. Minus 57.32 kilojoule. Understand? So, what is meant by heat of neutralization? Heat of neutralization means change in enthalpy when 1 mole of substance is completely dissolved in a solvent. When 1 mole of substance is completely dissolved in a solvent. Heat of neutralization means change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of a base. Consider an simple example acid HCl that are neutralized by base sodium hydroxide to form water molecule and sodium chloride. Here we can write the change in enthalpy value delta H is equal to minus 57.32 kilojoule. Understand this? See, listen. The same way we can see some more example. Here we learn one example, acid and base neutralized to form salt. We got the delta H value. We can say some more example. For example, acid, the same example, hydrochloric acid, base potassium hydroxide. To form, you will get the product KCl plus H2O. Here also delta H value is same, minus 57.32 kilojoule. Minus 57.32 kilojoule. For example, if your example nitric acid, HNO3. Acid example HNO3 and base potassium hydroxide. This one completely neutralized to form, you will get the product KNO3 and H2O. Here also you will get the delta H value same, minus 57.32 kilojoule. Reason, see, acid plus base to form salt. There we got the delta H value same, minus 57.32. The reason is, why we got the same value means, the reason, the Arrhenius theory. Already you know Arrhenius theory means they are strong acid and strong bases completely neutralized to form salt. Strong acid and strong bases completely neutralized to form salt, and there the delta H value constant, minus 57.32 kilojoule. Understand? Understand? So this only heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization means change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of base. Understand? Now listen. Now the third topic, third definition, molar heat of fusion. Third topic, molar heat of fusion. Molar heat of fusion. What is meant by molar heat of fusion? Molar heat of fusion means when change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of solid substance. You take the example 1 mole of solid substance. When 1 mole of solid substance is converted into liquid state. When 1 mole of solid substance is converted into liquid state. So what is meant by molar heat of fusion? Change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of solid substance is converted to the liquid state. Understand? For example, you consider an example, water molecule, solid ice cube. You consider the example ice cube, ice. Just to heat this temperature, just to heat this, if you are heating this solid ice cube is converted to liquid form. This ice cube is converted to liquid form. You know this is solid form, liquid form. So molar heat of fusion means change in enthalpy. Here enthalpy value delta H is equal to 5.98 kilojoule. 5.98 kilojoule. So change in enthalpy takes place when the solid substance is converted to liquid state. Solid is converted to liquid state. This is only molar heat of fusion. So what is meant by molar heat of fusion? Change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of solid substance is converted to liquid state. Understand? Any doubt? Now listen. Now the fourth topic, fourth definition, molar heat of vaporization. Your next topic, molar heat of vaporization. Molar heat of vaporization. What is meant by molar heat of vaporization? Vaporization means here also change in enthalpy takes place. Change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of liquid is converted to vapor state. Here vaporization means 1 mole of liquid is converted to vapor state. when 1 mole of liquid is converted to vapor state. Understand? Here also you consider the same example. Water molecule, liquid water. This liquid water is converted to this liquid water at temperature 373 Kelvin. At 373 Kelvin, this liquid water molecule is converted to vapor form. This liquid is converted to vapor form. Here you will get the delta H value 40.626. Delta H value 40.626 kilojoule. Understand? So what is meant by molar heat of vaporization? Molar heat of vaporization means change in enthalpy when 1 mole of liquid state is converted to vapor form. Liquid state is converted to vapor form. One simple example, liquid water molecule at temperature 373 Kelvin to form vapor state. Then here the delta H value 40.626. Understand this topic? Understand? Any doubt? See, listen. Now the next topic, molar heat of sublimation. Molar heat of sublimation. Already you know the term the sublimation. Sublimation means solid changes directly into vapor state. The solid changes directly into vapor state without changing a liquid state. See, usually the term sublimation means sublimation is defined as solid state. Solid molecule is converted to, directly this one is converted to vapor state. This one is not converted to liquid state. Solid substance is directly converted to vapor state, not converting liquid state without changing the liquid state. So here also we can learn the same definition. Molar heat of sublimation means change in enthalpy. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid. When 1 mole of solid is directly converted to 1 mole of vapor. 1 mole of solid is directly converted to vapor. This only we are telling molar heat of sublimation. Molar heat of sublimation. Tell the definition. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid is directly converted to vapor. Understand? Now listen, here you can consider one simple example, iodine. This iodine in the form of solid state. Iodine in the form of solid state. Heat this mixture at temperature 373 Kelvin. At temperature 373 Kelvin to form you will get the product vapor state. Iodine vapor state. So solid is directly converted to vapor without changing the liquid state. Here in this equation delta H value you can see what the topic. The delta H value 62.42 kilojoule. Delta H of this iodine reaction is 62.42 kilojoule. Understand? So this is only molar heat of sublimation. Molar heat of sublimation. What is meant by molar heat of sublimation? Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of solid is converted to vapor. Understand? Now listen, one more definition, the last definition. Molar heat of transition. Molar heat of transition or heat of transition. Our next topic, heat of transition. Heat of transition. So what is meant by heat of transition? Heat of transition means that is defined as change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of an element changes from its allotropic form. See, listen. When 1 mole of an element is changes from one of its allotropic form to another. So you take 1 mole of an element, changes from one of its allotropic form. This is element. This one in the form of graphite. This one in the form of graphite. Sorry, first this one in the form of diamond. Carbon, that is a diamond. One of its allotropic form to another. So delta H change in enthalpy takes place when 1 mole of an element changes from one of its allotropic form to another. Diamond to graphite. This is allotropes. So diamond to form graphite. So one of its allotropic form to another. Understand? So this one only we are telling heat of transition. Heat of transition. In this equation, delta H value we can write 13.81 kilojoule. 13.81 kilojoule. Understand? And it's the same way you can write some more allotropic forms. Sulfur monoclinic 2. Sulfur is 1 mole of an element. Sulfur monoclinic 2. Sulfur monoclinic 2. Sulfur rhombic. Sulfur monoclinic 2. Sulfur rhombic. Here delta H value minus 0.067 kilojoule. Minus 0.067 kilojoule. And one more example, one more allotropes example. Phosphorus 1 mole of an element, that one changes to white phosphorus to red phosphorus. White phosphorus to red phosphorus. Here delta H value we can write minus 4.301. Minus 4.301 kilojoule. Understand? So listen, what is the heat of transition? Heat of transition is defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of an element changes from one of its allotropic form to another. And here 3 examples we can write. One is carbon diamond to graphite. Then sulfur monoclinic to rhombic. Another one example, white phosphorus to red phosphorus. Understand this topic? Any doubt? See, listen. Now one more time we can see the definitions. What are the definitions we learned? First definition, heat of solution. What is meant by heat of solution? Heat of solution means change in enthalpy delta H. Change in enthalpy delta H when solid substance is completely dissolved in a solvent, particular solvent. The substance is dissolved in a particular solvent. Then second definition, heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization means change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of acid neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of base. Then third definition, molar heat of fusion. Molar heat of fusion. Change in enthalpy when fusion means 1 mole of solid is converted to liquid state. Then molar heat of vaporization. Molar heat of vaporization. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of liquid is converted to vapor state. The next definition, molar heat of sublimation. Molar heat of sublimation. Change in enthalpy when solid is directly converted to vapor without changing the liquid state. Without changing the liquid state. The next last definition, heat of transition. Heat of transition. Here also change in enthalpy when 1 mole of an element changes from one allotropic form to another. One allotropic form to another. Understand? Any doubt? Okay, see, now take page number 206. Page number 206. Note the first definition, heat of solution. All the question try to learn like 2 mark. Heat of solution. Heat changes are usually observed when a substance is dissolved in a solvent. The heat of solution is defined as change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a substance is dissolved in a specified quantity of solvent at a given temperature. So just note this topic. Heat of solution means from this to till at a given temperature. Then second question, heat of neutralization. Heat of neutralization is defined as change in enthalpy when 1 gram equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by 1 gram equivalent of a base or vice versa in dilute solution. One example, HCl plus NaOH gives NaCl plus H2O delta H value. And one more example, try to write this example also. So note till this. And here some more examples they given. Try to read all the examples. Totally three more examples they given. Try to read these examples. And one reason they given. Sometimes like 2 marks separately they can ask. The reason for this can be explained. Why this value is constant for all the acids and bases is the reason. Basis of Arrhenius theory of acids and bases. Basis of Arrhenius theory of acids and bases. It's one completely ionized in aqueous solution to produce H plus and OH minus ions. Understand? Try to study this reason. Sometimes like 2 marks separately they can ask. The next definition, molar heat of fusion. Molar heat of fusion. Note this topic. Molar heat of fusion is defined as 1 mole of solid is converted to liquid. And note this example till 5.98 kilojoule. The next molar heat of vaporization. Change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a liquid is converted to vapor. Example, liquid to vapor, this delta H value till this. Then molar heat of sublimation. First sublimation definition they given. Next molar heat of sublimation. Change in enthalpy. 1 mole of solid is converted to vapor. And example till this delta H value. The next heat of transition. 1 mole of an element changes from one of its allotropic form to another. 3 examples they given. Diamond to graphite, sulfur monoclinic to rhombic, and one more example, white phosphorus to red phosphorus. Just a note till this one. Understand these definitions? Okay, so listen. Now the next topic, Hess's law. Our next topic is Hess's law. This is one of the important topic, important 3 mark question. Hess's law means the enthalpy change of a reaction. The enthalpy change of a reaction at constant volume and pressure. At constant volume or constant pressure. Enthalpy change of a reaction at constant volume or constant pressure is the same. This enthalpy change of a reaction is same. Enthalpy change of a reaction is same whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps. Whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps. So this reaction takes place in a single or multiple steps also. The delta H of a reaction is same. Delta H of a reaction is same. So what is meant by Hess's law? Tell the definition. Hess's law. Change in enthalpy of a reaction at constant volume or constant pressure. Change in enthalpy of a reaction at constant volume or constant pressure is the same. This value is same. This one takes place in and this reaction takes place in a single or multiple steps. Single or multiple steps. Understand? So listen. Here you can consider, first consider on simple example A. A react to give the product is B. A to give B. You are going to calculate this one only. Delta H reaction. Enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy of reaction. How we can produce? You got your product is A to B. Same way you can produce this A to B. How we can produce this one means, listen. First A to give one product X. A to gives X. And next this X react to form Y. Now this Y react to form B. This Y react to form B. You consider this one is a delta H1. This is a delta H2. This is a delta H3. If you are adding this values also, you will get the product. This This, just add this values and this values and this enthalpy reaction value, the two values are same. This one only we are telling Hess's law. Enthalpy of a reaction is same. Enthalpy of a reaction is same. This one takes place in a single step or multiple steps. Takes place in a single step or multiple step. For example, the delta H value or value is equal to this value and sum of this value is also same. Delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. Understand? So what is meant by Hess's law? Hess's law means enthalpy change of a reaction at constant pressure and constant volume. Enthalpy change of a reaction at constant pressure or constant volume is same whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps. Whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps. Understand? So this values and some of this multiple step values also same. Understand this? Now listen, now we can see the next topic. Applications of Hess's law. The same topic only. This is one of the important 3 mark question. Applications of Hess's law. State Hess's law and write the applications. Applications of Hess's law. Only one application. This one is applied to calculate the enthalpies of reactions. This Hess's law is applied to calculate the enthalpies of reactions. This one is difficult to measure. See, only one application. This Hess's law is applied to calculate the enthalpy of reactions. This Hess's law is applied to calculate the enthalpy of reactions. So how we can calculate this one means this is a difficult. This calculation is a difficult. So you consider on simple example. Combustion of graphite. Combustion of graphite. Combustion means burning, you know. This graphite burns to form, you will get the product carbon monoxide. Combustion of graphite to form carbon monoxide. Just to calculate this heat of combustion value. Just to calculate this heat of combustion value. So listen. Combustion of graphite to form carbon monoxide. You are going to calculate the heat of combustion of graphite to carbon monoxide. Understand this? See, listen. This carbon graphite to form, you got the product carbon monoxide. This one on oxidized to form carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide. Now listen, you consider this is, first write the reaction. This carbon molecule on oxidation to form, you know already, carbon oxidation means carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide, and you can write carbon dioxide. So you write this is delta H1 and this is delta H2. Delta H, first your topic is the sun on oxidized to form carbon dioxide. Then the same graphite on oxidized to form carbon monoxide. Now this carbon monoxide also oxidized to form carbon dioxide. This carbon monoxide also, already this carbon dioxide only, so you can join this. Carbon monoxide also oxidized to form carbon dioxide. You consider this is delta H3. You consider this one is delta H3. Understand? So listen. You consider the example carbon. This carbon on oxidized to form carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. This carbon monoxide also oxidized to form carbon dioxide. This is multiple step reaction. Here delta H1, delta H2, delta H3. Here we are going to calculate this delta H1. This delta H1 value and this two values also same. So you can write delta H2 plus delta H3. Delta H1 is equal to delta H2 plus delta H3. Here this value is already they given. The value carbon to carbon dioxide. The value carbon to carbon dioxide is minus 393.5. Minus 393.5 kilojoule. Same way, this value carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. This value minus 283.5 kilojoule. Minus 283.5 kilojoule. Already these two values you know. These two values are known. If you know this, if you know this two value, you can calculate this. How we can substitute this? Can you substitute this value? Tell the answer. Delta H 1 is carbon to carbon dioxide. Carbon to carbon dioxide. So that is minus 393.5. Minus 393.5 is equal to delta H2 is carbon to carbon monoxide. We are going to calculate this one plus next one. Delta H3 is carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. So that is minus 283.5. So from here x means x is equal to minus 393.5 plus 283.5. Can you tell the answer? 0, 0, 1, 1. So your answer is minus 110 kilojoule. Minus 110 kilojoule. Understand? So this one only we are telling Hess's law. So what is meant by Hess's law? Hess's law means enthalpy changes of a reaction is same, whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps. This is one of the simple application. By using this law, we can calculate the enthalpy of formation. We can calculate the enthalpy of formation. Understand this? Okay, see now take page number 207. Page number 207, state Hess's law. State Hess's law, note the answer. This is Hess's law. This generalization, which generalization means this one. The enthalpy change of a reaction either at constant volume or constant pressure is same, whether it takes place in a single or multiple steps, provided the initial and final states are same. This initial state and final states are same. So you can write delta H R is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. Then continuously applications also you can write applications. This law can be applied to calculate the enthalpies of reactions that are difficult to measure. One example they given, combustion of graphite to carbon monoxide. That is difficult. From which values means enthalpy of oxidation of graphite to carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. That values they given. These two values are this one. And they applied this reaction. You can write this reaction, carbon graphite to carbon dioxide. Then carbon to carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. From this you can write the Hess's law, you know. Delta H1 is equal to delta H2 plus delta H3. Delta H2 only you are going to calculate. This value is only, these two values are known. This value is unknown. So you can calculate x. X is equal to here delta H1 value this one, delta H3 value this one. From this x is equal to minus 393.5 plus 283.5. Understand? If you add this, you will get the answer minus 110. Not 5, minus 110.0 kilojoule. Minus 110.0 kilojoule. Understand? Just note till this. So, the Hess's law is important 3 mark question. If your question state Hess's law means this one, till this. Then applications, this topic. Hess's law can be applied to calculate this to till this. X is equal to minus 110.0 kilojoule. Understand this topic? Any doubt? Okay, see now take page number 224. Note the book back question, question number 41. Enthalpy of neutralization is always constant when a strong acid is neutralized by a strong base. Account for the statement. This value is always constant when strong acid is neutralized by strong base. Account for the statement. Reason they are asking. Page number. Now in this class we will learn reason. Page number 206. Page number 206. See the answer. The reason for this can be explained on the basis of Arrhenius theory of acids and bases, which states that strong acids and strong bases completely ionize in aqueous solution to produce H plus and OH minus ions. Therefore, in all the reactions, neutralization can be explained as follows. See your answer from this to page number 206. From this to you write heat of neutralization of last paragraph. Heat of neutralization of a strong acid and strong base is around 57.32 kilojoule. And some examples. This example also try to write. Here for 3 examples they given. Try to write these 3 examples. If it is 2 more question, any one example is enough. If it is 3 more question, try to write these 3 examples. These 3 examples plus this reason also. So just to note the answer. Till this minus 57.32 kilojoule. Understand? The next. Okay. See, note the homework portion. Your next today's homework portion. We learn the today's topic. Some definitions we learn first. Try to learn all the topic. Heat of solution, heat of neutralization, molar heat of fusion, molar heat of vaporization, molar heat of sublimation, heat of transition. Then this is a separate question. State Hess's law and applications of Hess's law. These are the questions. Try to learn thoroughly. Understand? Any doubt? Okay. Thank you.